Episode 17, The Sneak In. Long distance relationships were strange when you were 15. You couldn't drive, you didn't have money, and most of the time the relationship existed one place, on a phone. That's where me and Maya lived most nights. Late calls, whispered conversations, hours that slipped by without us noticing. Sometimes we talked about serious things, school, her new town, Keisha's situation. Sometimes we talked about nothing at all, but underneath every conversation was the same feeling. We missed each other. Why you always answer so fast? Maya asked one night. Because I know it's you calling. You don't know that. I absolutely know that. She laughed softly through the phone. You miss me? You already know the answer. I just want to hear you say it. I leaned back on the couch. Yeah, I miss you. Good, she said. Because I miss you too. That's how most nights went. Until one night her voice sounded different. Like she had been thinking about something dangerous all day. So, I got an idea. That already sounds like trouble. Just listen. Alright. My parents said I could visit Keisha this weekend. That part sounds normal. But what if I actually visit Keisha? She paused. And then Keisha sneaks me over to your house later? I sat up straight. You serious? Maybe. You realize if my mother find out I'm dead, right? Maya laughed quietly. Then we just gotta be careful. 2 nights later, the plan was happening. Maya's parents dropped her off outside Keisha's building like normal. Call us if you need anything, her mom told her. Okay. The car drove away. The moment it disappeared around the corner, Keisha looked at Maya. Girl, you ready? Maya smiled. Let's go. Around midnight, there was a quiet knock on my door. I opened it slowly. Maya stood there smiling. You actually did it. I told you I would. Keisha stood behind her, arms crossed. Charlie, you got into mourning. She pointed at me. If my friend get in trouble, I'm blaming you. Fair. She walked back across the courtyard towards the building. Just like that, Maya was standing inside my house, and suddenly everything felt dangerous. The apartment was quiet, too quiet. The kind of quiet where every small sound felt loud. We sat on the couch whispering. You nervous? Maya asked. A little bit. Me too. We laughed softly. At one point we looked at each other for a long moment, both thinking the same thing. Both realizing how close we were to making a mistake. Then Maya shook her head. Let's not do nothing stupid tonight. I nodded. Yeah. So we didn't. We turned on the TV, found an old movie, shared a blanket on the couch, talked quietly between the scenes. At some point the movie ended, and somewhere in the middle of the night, we fell asleep. Early the next morning, Maya shook my shoulder. Charlie. Yeah. It's almost 6. She stretched. I gotta go before your mother get home from work. I walked her to the door. Of course. She hugged me, then slipped out into the early morning light. I closed the door and turned around and froze. Cece was sitting there at the table, arms folded, watching me. How long you been there? I asked slowly. Long enough. My stomach sank. You serious right now? She said, you always yelling at me about boys, and you sneaking girls into the house. That's different. How? Because you 12. That's not the point, Charlie. She leaned back in her chair. You a hypocrite. I sighed. Maybe. She tapped the table. I should tell Mom. My heart dropped. Don't. Why not? I hesitated. 'Cause I stopped bothering you about boy stuff. She studied me. Long silence. Then she nodded slowly. Deal. She pointed at me. But if Mom finds out, I don't know nothing. Fair. She started walking back towards her room, then stopped. And Charlie, yeah, you were smiling in your sleep, she smirked. For a few days, everything was quiet. Too quiet. Cece didn't say anything. I didn't say anything. But we both knew what we had on each other. I became a silent cold war until the night everything exploded. My mother came home from work earlier than usual. She looked tired. I was sitting on the couch writing. Cece was in the kitchen. My mother said something that made the room freeze. Charlie, why Keisha's mother told me that Maya was over here at your house the other night? My heart stopped. Cece looked at me. I looked at Cece. None of us spoke. My mother turned around slowly. Charlie, yeah. Her voice was calm, too calm. Did you sneak a girl into my house? The room felt smaller. Yes. The silence that followed was worse than yelling. Then it came. You did what? Her voice exploded through the apartment. Have you lost your mind? She slammed her purse on the table. Do you understand how dangerous that is? But no. She pointed at the floor. You think it's some kind of game? Her anger was just anger. Wasn't just anger. It was fear. Real fear. What if something happened to that girl in my house? What if her parents called the police? What if somebody said something happened to her while she was here? Her voice cracked slightly. Do you understand what that could do to this family? I had no answer because I hadn't thought about any of that. I only thought about seeing Maya. You want to act grown? She continued. Then you need to start thinking about grown consequences. The apartment stayed quiet. Then she looked at Cece. And you? Cece froze. You knew? Cece hesitated. Yes. My mother stared at both of us. So both y'all lying in my house now. Nobody spoke. Her voice dropped lower. The dangerous kind of quiet. I work too hard trying to protect y'all from the world outside, and y'all bringing problems inside my house. She shook her head slowly. Unbelievable. Then she pointed towards the hallway. Both of y'all go to y'all rooms. We ain't argue. We didn't say a word. We just walked. Because sometimes silence meant you understood exactly how badly you messed up. Later that night, I sat by the window with my notebook. The courtyard lights buzzed outside. Basketballs bounced. Music played down the block. Terrace gardens looked exactly the same. But inside our apartment, things felt heavier. I started writing. Journal. Sometimes excitement makes people forget consequences. Sometimes love makes people take risks they don't fully understand. But being responsible means thinking beyond the moment. Tonight I realized something. My mother wasn't strict because she wants control. She's strict because she's trying to protect us from a world that already has enough dangers. And sometimes the hardest lesson growing up is realizing the people correcting you are the same ones trying to save you. Chapter 17, The Sneak In.